the next guest who is joining us via Skype is a really interesting person, and I've been keeping my eyeball on her for a long time because raw talent, intelligence, and she has the ability to communicate in a way that really is meaningful to people who are of the younger generation, like some of the military men and women who are serving overseas right now in Iraq and Afghanistan. Dr. Gina Loudon, host of America Trends. She's also co-anchor of the women's blog Politics and Dr. Gina Show. Hey, Gina, how are you?
It's good to be with you. I'm so proud of everything you're doing. I've been tuned into the show all day long and just on and off as I'm doing everything I'm doing. And just what an amazing Troopathon we're having this year.
You know, Gina, as Melanie so eloquently said, you know, you have been such a vocal supporter, I think, also of our troops and patriotic. How did you get so passionate, as we clearly are, but boy, you are a rock star and so passionate about it, Gina.
You know, my grandfather was a bomber pilot in World War II, and that started me I was just raised believing that you support your troops, you know. And then we moved to San Diego just a few years ago, and living here near the naval base and seeing the troops out every single day, running in formation, doing all the cool things they do, playing their war games, realizing that that's what they're really doing in different parts of the world for us. And I watch them on the days where I'm driving through the desert and it's 117 degrees and they're out there in tanks and full armor running just to practice to go do this in a desert somewhere. And I'll get tears in my eyes on a really regular basis over that. And so I don't see how we can't support them. I don't see how we can't appreciate what they do.
You know, I mean, actually, as you're talking, I'm thinking about how exciting it is that there are so many people who are so removed from World War II, but not.
Yes.
You know, our grandparents or our fathers may have fought those wars, but now we are keeping their legacy alive. You're doing it by speaking about your relatives, and obviously your father was a Polish resistance fighter who was oppressed by the Nazis, and my grandfather and all the men in my family who have served. But this is what we have to do, is tell the stories, right?
Absolutely. And I think it's so important too, because the schools aren't going to do it for us the way they used to do it, sadly.
Yes.
Hopefully with new leadership, we'll see less problems, you know, and more history taught in our school and things like that. But until then, we have to make sure that, you know, I tell my children, you see someone in uniform. And for my children, this is every day, multiple times a day, because we live right near the naval base here in Coronado. And so my children see them all day, every day, in every restaurant, at the beach, you know, and so on and so forth. And I say, you see someone in uniform, you see someone with that Vietnam veteran hat on, you stop, you thank them for their service. And I make sure that my children understand exactly what that means. And it's not because I'm such a great mom, but it's more because it's in my face every day. And so I just feel more of a debt of gratitude maybe than when I used to live in the Midwest, and we just didn't, I mean, I'm just being honest, we didn't have a base in St. Louis where I lived, and I didn't see a lot of people in the military. So this is it's so different and so stark for me moving here and seeing it literally every day, all day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I have to say, I grew up in the Midwest as well. I'm from Kansas City, and I mean, we had Whiteman Air Force Base, but we didn't see the military men and women out drilling every day. And you're right.
Except I had my dad who said, you know, eat everything on your plate. There are people starving, and I was a starving POW, you know.
And he meant it, literally. You are as beautiful as you are intelligent. And thank you so much for your patriotic, your full-on participation in our political world through your blog and through everything that you're saying and doing and talking about. You're a real inspiration for old gals like me.
And Gina, by the way, you also have to, you are so great on Twitter and social media. You got to get it out there. Tweet it to your friends. Tell them to give to troopathon.org, because people love you and they follow you. So please get the word out today.
I have, and I will. And I want to say one more thing really quickly. I think it's so cool the way you did the dog packages that people can do. And I want to really encourage people to go and support that in particular, because I think it's, there are a lot of people out there that are huge animal supporters.
Yes.
This is a great way to be a supporter of animals and a supporter of our troops at the same time. And so I just thought that was really cool that you guys added those packages this time.
The canine is one of our favorite packages, actually, and people love it. We send the dogs goggles, and they're called doggles, and I like to watch the dogs put them on. I don't know, it just kind of cracks me up.
But they work. Supposedly
Like
they work.
Yes, they do.
Gina, thank
you.
Thank you all. God bless you, and good luck with this Troopathon.
God bless you. Thank you for all you do, my friend.